Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, we're back! I took a little bit of a hiatus. Things got weird. Just too busy all the time. But today, we are back with a firearms review with yours truly, me. Today, we are going to be looking at the inexpensive but fun as hell to own and shoot Heritage Rough Rider in 22 and 22 WMR. There she is. This is the Heritage Rough Rider, as I did mention, and it is chambered in both 22 long rifle and 22 WMR. Comes with these really nice wooden grips. They are real wood. They're very, very red on this one. I really like the red color. It does come with a bunch of different options. You can see them. I'll scroll them somewhere, put them up in front of my face or something like that. But so this ran me 154 bucks with both the WMR and the 22 long rifle cylinders. You can buy them for I think 120 something dollars with only one cylinder or the other. I recommend getting both just because it's fun to have both. I have fired long rifle out of the WMR cylinder. I don't know that you're totally supposed to do that because it's a little bit wider, I believe. But I don't know. It worked fine. The WMR will not go into or out of the 22 long rifle cylinder, so it only goes one way with that. So a few other brands also have brought something similar like this to the market. Ruger has one out right now that just dropped I think a few months back, and there's definitely a quality difference you'll see because those run like $400 or $500, something like that, and there's definitely a quality difference that you're gonna see. This is blued and it's actually pretty banged up. I've had it for I don't know, a year now, something like that. And I've put like a couple hundred rounds of 22 long rifle and a couple hundred rounds of 22 WMR through it. And the lovely extractor housing here fell off the other day. The screw, it's just, I mean, it didn't fall off permanently. It's just there's a screw at the end here. That's the only thing holding it on. And apparently the vibration and recoil from less than 400 rounds was enough to spin that screw loose, and it just fell right off. Easy fix, but I'd recommend before it falls off just throw some blue Loctite on there and tighten it up, because yeah, if you lose the tiny screw or if you lose the spring that's inside or anything like that, dropping it on the ground in the woods or at the range, you may or may not ever find it. It would be very unfortunate. But other than the quality of the actual metal itself, which is definitely taking some dings here and there, I have no problems with this. It's quite frankly, it's fun to shoot. It sounds good when you, oh yeah, pull that hammer back, and obviously it's basically recoilless. Weighs like, I don't know, 2 pounds, something like that. Look at an exact number, but it's not a heavy gun. The trigger on it is, as with any single action revolver trigger, extremely light. No, it's literally just break, no uptake or anything like that, as you would expect from a single action revolver. Construction wise though, it is very competently put together. You've got a single blade sight up front here and this little groove sight. I'll get a close up on this later, and a close up on all this stuff later, but yeah, I mean, ultimately this is my wife's gun. She's never shot it. I've shot it a little bit, thanks honey. But yeah, we hope to change that soon. But I mean, all in all, it's been a fun gun. And I'm going to get you some close-ups here, and then we'll shoot it a little bit. So this thing has kind of a weird feature that you don't see on a whole lot of revolvers, and that is, in fact, a safety. Look at that. So what the safety is here is just see in there. Make sure you can actually see in there. Kind of hard to see. But there is a little, yeah, there it is right there. There's a little block right there. So if you put it down, that goes away. And it folds up just like that. And what that does, this weapon is clear, is it actually prevents the hammer from going all the way down. So if I pull the trigger on it, then the hammer is not going to strike. If I turn the safety off, you'll see that the hammer goes flush with the body of the gun, and bang, all the way down. But it's an interesting feature, especially for a revolver, and since it is a 22, maybe you're teaching your kid how to shoot or whatever, and that would be a very nice thing to have on there. To release the cylinder, you go to a half cock, push the button up here, pull out the guide rod, and drop it on the ground immediately. It's a super place for it. And then the cylinder simply pops out the side. Boom. Just like that. And then, say I switch over to the 22 long rifle here. Yeah, that's the right way. Just got to make sure this little guy on the side is down, otherwise that's blocking you. As I say it goes up. And just roll the new cylinder in. Stick your guide rod back in through the front. There it is. And we are good to go. The decocking action on it is the same as just about every other revolver that exists. Just pull your hammer all the way back, pull the trigger, and slowly let it down. This thing does have a very satisfying, like 4 or 5 clicks to it when you pull the hammer back. So it does sound pretty cool. And it's a nice solid lock-in on that. There's nothing too watery about it. Like I've actually used some revolvers where it's, I don't know, it just feels like it might let go if you sneeze on it wrong, but it's nice and solid. The sights are kind of the thing I have an issue with. See if we can get these here. First of all, hammer has to be back to use them. And there you go. You can see the rear is an extraordinarily shallow notch. And it just kind of makes a run up the center of the gun here like that. And then you've got just a simple blade sight in the front. Neither of these are adjustable in any way. This is just, looks like it's just tack welded on. I don't know about tack weld. It's just welded on. And this is just part of the actual gun. So, not adjustable in any way. I've found them to be relatively accurate. They're just really hard to acquire sometimes because you've got to be right in line, right in plane with it. And yeah, there's just, that groove is so shallow. I wish they'd made it a little deeper, but it is what it is. So, enough talking about it. Let's shoot the thing a little bit. So, to load, half cock. You'll see that one of the chambers on the cylinder comes into view. Dropping your round. We're starting with long rifle, by the way. These are 36 grain Federal. Little copperhead boys. I bought an enormous amount of 22 long rifle, and this is the only gun that I own that actually shoots it. And since it's a bit arduous to load, I don't shoot it very often, so I've maintained a very significant stockpile. Okay, we're loaded up on all 6, and we are about 8 yards from the target here. Let's get shooting. Our unloading process is very much just the opposite of the loading process. Open our lovely little door, go to a half cock, and you can see that there is an extremely, focus. The actual firing action on the rim of this is very positive, so I've never had a light strike with this thing, which is very nice. Pop them out. Rotate one over, pop it out, rotate one over, pop it out, rotate one over, pop it out, and that's it. We are clear. We are empty. And for everyone who's cringing every time I spin the cylinder, I know. I'm sorry. Okay, well the good news is I hit every shot. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Not horribly accurate, not gonna lie, but that's probably more the shooter than the gun. I was just obviously aiming dead center there. Not so horrible. But yeah, you know, definitely needs improvement. Hi, buddy. This is Jake. Jake is the best. He's got the big black nose. Hey, Jake, we're gonna shoot again, buddy. You wanna go in the house? You wanna go in the house? You're gonna get this video some thumbs up because you're cute. So the nice thing about popping a cylinder out is you can just drop your rounds in like this instead of, you know, single loading around and around and around. So if you're shooting a lot, you can have somebody else load a cylinder, and then you swap cylinders every time instead of reloading. I don't know if that's faster for some people. Who knows? These are CCI. No, I lied. These are Hornady. These are Hornady critical defense. Safety is on, and we've got 6 in the chamber. Let's fire them. I do just find that the WMR has such a nice, I don't know, kind of a solid thump to it. Okay, so yeah, a couple times there, we got all 6 on. Looks like I'm pulling left. I mean, it doesn't look like I'm pulling left. I'm definitely pulling left. Not a single shot is on the right side of this thing. Yeah, that's just this little action here. It's a real problem that I have with pistols. I've been working on it, but yeah. So I mean, they're all on target from. Let's see. So that's where I'm shooting from over there. So we're gonna just kind of pace it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's about 9 yards ish. So not too horrible. Fun little gun to shoot. And honestly, with the WMR, it really is just nice. It's just nice. Okay, folks. So that is the Heritage Rough Rider. I don't know. It's a fun little gun. It's a cheap little gun. Cheap to shoot. I prefer to shoot 22 WMR. I know it's kind of an out of favor round because it's more expensive than 22 long rifle, and people say not that much more effective, but I just prefer it. I don't know. It's got a little more oomph to it, and I kind of like that about it. So anyway, I really appreciate you guys stopping by as always. I'm going to be putting out a video every 2 weeks now instead of every week like I was a few months back. It's kind of hard for me to get somewhere where I can actually film like this. I can't shoot in my own backyard, so I have to actually go up north and find a place to do it. You know, it is what it is. For now, there might be land in the future, who knows. But anyway, hit that sub button if you want to see more gun reviews and firearms shenanigans, and the bell if you want to know when I post a new video. Leave me a comment. Tell me how amazing my hair is. Tell me how I look like a 12-year-old when I'm shaved like this, and come back for the next one. I appreciate you coming by. Have a good one. Stay safe.